Hey, today I'll show how I study muscles. This is the first video of a series on the muscles of the torso, so let's jump into it. Before drawing the muscles, we need to learn a few landmarks of the skeleton to help us place it in the correct spot. Since I'm studying the muscles of the upper body, I'll focus on landmarks of this area, the front of the ribcage and pelvis. First we have the clavicles, which resemble the handlebars of a bicycle. Second is the manubrium, where the clavicles pivot from. Then we have the sternum, which connects to the bones of the ribcage. The manubrium and sternum together resemble the shape of a necktie. The end of the ribcage, the iliac crest, and lastly the bottom of the pubic bone. All these landmarks are bones that visibly push through the flesh. It's essential to learn them because they'll serve as a guide through the body and help to place the muscles in space. You can practice by using reference photo and trying to identify the landmarks on the figure. I started by drawing a box mannequin and then placed the landmarks. Try using photos with dynamic poses instead of static ones. That way you can better see how the forms work in perspective. If you want to learn how to draw poses using a box mannequin, I made a video about it. You can check it by clicking this card. Now that we have learned the landmarks, we can go to the research phase. In this step, we collect information about the muscles we are studying. Things like shape, volume, placement, functions, and gesture. This way you have a better understanding of what you're drawing, which will help you in the practice phase. I use Figure Drawing Design and Invention by Michael Hampton as my reference book. I also watch YouTube videos to see how the muscles look in 3D. My first study was on these three muscles. It's best to study muscles that are close together to understand the connections they have with each other. Starting with the pectoralis major, it has the shape of a fish without its head. For a female body, you overlap a sphere on this shape to represent the breast. The pectoralis originates from the half of the clavicle, goes along the length of the sternum, and across the first 6 ribs. The tail of the fish is inserted on the front of the humerus. The pectoralis volume can be seen as a thin box sitting on top of the ribcage. As for the functions, it's responsible for arm adduction, which is movements that bring the arm close to the body, arm rotation, and it can assist with inspiration. For the gesture, when the arm raises, the shape will change by unwrapping the fishtail and showing it elongated. In this position, the clavicle will disappear behind the pectoralis. The second muscle is the deltoid. Its shape resembles a triangle. The deltoid originates from the last third of the clavicle, the acromion of the scapula, and the spine of the scapula, and inserts outside of the humerus. The deltoid has 3 heads that converge to the same spot: the anterior head, acromial head, and posterior head. It's a muscle responsible for arm movements and stabilizing the shoulder joint. Lastly, we have the Sternocleidomastoid. It has the shape of a baseball bat. This muscle originates from the manubrium and is inserted into the skull behind the ear. It wraps around the neck at a diagonal position from the manubrium to the skull. The muscle has 2 heads. The sternal head originates from the manubrium, and the clavicular head, which originates from the clavicle. It's responsible for rotating the head and helps pull the head and neck forward. You can indicate a stretch gesture by elongating the shapes, and for a contraction gesture, you can shorten the form. Now we can practice what we researched. I started by using reference drawings. Drawing from another drawing is a good starting point because the figure has already passed the process of simplification, so it's easier to understand where each muscle is. I start by making a box mannequin and then drawing the skeleton landmarks. After I constructed the figure in space, I can place the muscles on top of it in the right perspective and try to show their volume. That's how I'm studying muscles. The second part of this video will focus on other muscles of the front of the torso. If you want to know more about how to draw the box mannequin in different poses, I made a video about it. But if you're struggling with how to draw basic forms, I have this video that might help you. Check it out. Please like and consider subscribing. See you next time!